So San Jose was host to the WBA, international symposium, people from around the world here to the 10th largest city in the country with Khanh Russo. Khanh, you were one of the speakers at that event. You talked about the Internet of Things and specifically smart cities and some of the things that San Jose is doing in that regard. Why don't you give us a highlight of some of the things that San Jose is doing?
Yeah, Ken, well, thank you for the opportunity. I think, as you know, Mayor Liccardo is very interested in civic innovation, specifically as it relates to smart city strategies and big data analytics. When the mayor campaigned, he wrote a book specifically on this point, and he created the Office of Strategic Partnerships and Innovation so that we can explore, think about, and implement a lot of those civic innovations. So for San Jose, the way that we think about civic innovation and smart cities specifically is that we are trying to make sure that we leverage ICT, information communication technology, and big data analytics to improve sustainability, livability, and workability in San Jose. But we're trying to do it in a way that improves operational excellence, that reduces costs, and then allows us to better provide services for the community.
Well, and we've seen that already. San Jose, many people may not know this, have a number of applications that gets the information from the citizen to the person who needs it in the government.
You're exactly right. There's three that I might want to highlight. The first one is San Jose Clean, and this is a great app that allows you to report graffiti in your neighborhood. Instead of having to call code enforcement or the police department when you see graffiti in your neighborhood, you can now take out your smartphone, you just use the app to take the picture then automatically gets sent to the police department so that they can document it. You know, I think I was mentioning that with graffiti, one of the challenges is that it's also generally gang related, so we need to make sure that we capture that information and document it for public safety purposes, but then the whole point is for us to then clean it up. That then gets sent to the vendor who then will come out in 24 hours to clean it up. It really does cut out that middleman. Another application to encourage reading, for example, is through our San Jose library. You can download an application that helps you track what you've read and then win prizes for the kids who then meet the goals. And it's a really great incentive for the kids to really improve their literacy.
I didn't know about that app. I have used the San Jose Clean app many times. It's great for reporting just issues, whether it be the graffiti, as you mentioned, but other issues. It could be a crime-related, or it could be something just as simple as a pothole or something.
Yeah, exactly right. And I think part of it is that if you do use the app and we connect it to the person who's doing the reporting, then we can update you on the status of that. Right? We can connect that request with your specific concern and then say, hey, Ken, the graffiti has been cleaned up. Thank you so much for reporting it.
Well, and that also gives you lots of data to analyze and figure out where problems are, I suppose.
Exactly right. We're in the era of big data right now. And that means is there are a lot of really great tools out there to help us analyze the data, but more importantly, use that data for predictive purposes, right? So the more data that we have, the more we'll have the ability to develop programs that better anticipate the needs and then allocate the resources where it's needed most.
Well, and that makes a lot of sense. It's about doing more with what you have. And one of the things, I think, the reason your office was created was this whole idea of partners and finding partners, right?
Correct. As I mentioned, the office is called Strategic Partnerships and Innovation. And one of the things that we know is that sometimes it might be challenging to find the right person in the city to work on a project with. Mayor was very interested in making sure that we leverage the expertise out there in Silicon Valley, and particularly San Jose. We have very engaged, incredibly intelligent individuals in our community. How do we leverage their brain power, their sense of civic engagement to solve the city's problems? They're experts in developing apps. They're experts in big data analytics. We have the highest number of patent registrations per capita, and we lead the country in that. So we know that we have a very innovative community, and we just want to be able to tap into that.
And there's also lots of innovative businesses around here.
Absolutely. I mean, we have new apps developing on a daily basis because in San Jose, our population really cares about leveraging that technology to solve problems. Not only do you have, this is what you get when you have people who really care about daily problems, then applying this very specific skill set to that problem.
Why don't you talk about some of those partnerships as far as how this is extending into Internet of Things type of
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I think our residents are already benefiting from. If you go down to the downtown core, we have wickedly fast Wi-Fi that's available to you, and that will help you kind of get connected and then allow you to use all those applications that have been developed. We also have a pilot project that we just finished in June with Anycom, and the pilot project allows us to really create a proof of concept for how the city can better leverage and use sensors to provide better services. So the sensors themselves can collect a variety of types of information: sound information, count information, air quality. It also provides low frequency Wi-Fi to the community through those technology. And the goal was to see if we can create a proof of concept for how we can better work with other partners, vendors, organizations that want to use and install sensors throughout the city.
Excellent. And I would imagine, again, it gets back to that theme of the more data you have, the quicker you can solve problems and maybe not have problems, right?
Exactly right. And with this new era of data, one of the challenges is how do you even analyze all that data? How do you collect all of that information, the security, the privacy issues around that? That's something that's very important to us. Civil liberties is something that is really critical for us to be conscientious of as all of this data is being transmitted and collected. So for San Jose, we're working very closely with the community, with civil rights groups, as well as the attorney, to make sure that as we're collecting and receiving this data is done in an appropriate way and protects our citizens' rights.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. And Khanh, I appreciate the overview of the things you're doing and things to help make San Jose a better spot to live.
Well, Ken, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.